You are officially invited to our new Christmas block of the month called Merrie Christmas by Buttermilk Basin. And when I saw Kansas Troubles collection called A Vintage Christmas, I knew it was the perfect time to marry up Stacy West's design called, again, Merrie Christmas with this amazing fabric from Kansas Troubles. It isn't often, actually, that Kansas Troubles does a Christmas line, so I just thought, I'm not gonna let this moment pass me by. We actually offered this quilt sometime back in a different coloring, and I've been waiting for the moment to bring it back, and that has arrived. I think this one may be even more, I love the coloring even more than before. It's interesting how, as a colorist that I consider myself as, I didn't design the pattern or the fabric, I just put it together, right, the combination. I have learned that contrast is welcome. It makes more interesting quilts. So as we kind of pan around this quilt, you're going to be seeing mostly fabric from A Vintage Christmas. However, when I need to bring in something else, I do. And I like that as the designer, a design team here, we have I think as time passes, things are just getting better and better, and I hope you agree with that. We'd love to get your feedback. So just like you would expect, you're getting a portion of that quilt each month. In this case, this is a 9-month block of the month, where you'll be getting your background fabric, all of your prefused laser cut applique, and we'll also be providing you with a layout diagram so that when you get your shapes, you're able to use your layout diagram in conjunction with your light box or light pad, depending on what you have, along with your applique mat, joining all of those shapes, merging them into one, and bringing them onto the background. And then, of course, that's when the 50-weight thread set comes into play, and that's here as well. Of course, that's going to be an option for you to select. Now, in the 9th month, you'll not only be getting the last letter of this, but you'll also be getting your outer border and your binding. Your other option on this amazing quilt, this is also from A Vintage Christmas, is your backing fabric. So when you grab your spot in this program, and hopefully you and many from your quilt guild will maybe join together and have a monthly sewing date, those are my favorite, be sure to grab that backing option and the thread set. The other things that you can look forward to coming in your shipment will be some embroidery floss. Stacy West is a signature of hers to add bits and pieces of hand embroidery stitches. She's skilled in that. And I think it just adds to the elegance, the kind of just the stems here on the ornaments. And there's various places here you can see details, and we'll try to get those close up so you can see that. We'll be providing you with all of that embroidery floss, and there's some buttons kind of in different places around the project as well that'll also be a part of your program. For the other things that are on the table, let me just highlight what is going to be the most important. If you don't already have this, what you might want to add to your cart along with your program, your backing, and your thread set. And that's the light box or light pad that I touched on before. And the reason I keep saying light box and light pad is previously Daylight had made the light box, and they've now switched to something called the light pad. We have a very limited amount of the light boxes remaining, and that will be replaced with the light pad. The great news is the light pad works just as beautifully as the light box. Doesn't matter, you just need a light source. We'll be providing you with the layout diagrams. Be sure to pick up the applique mat. That's part of the magic of that process. In addition, some of the other things I'll call your attention to, because some of the buttons are quite tiny, the holes are very, very little, you might want to pick up a straw needle. And we've got a couple different size needles. We'll have those in the link below as well. But as you know, and because this is Moda Fabric, the amount that we ordered for is all we have. With our last Stacy West project, which was called Merry Halloween, that is another block of the month, and that sold out within days. So, and we generally find that Christmas is even more popular than Halloween. And of course, I'm very happy to hear that. So without delay, bring your friends, take them all with you, head to the website, grab one of those limited spots in the program. Be sure to grab your backing, your thread set, and any notions you might need.